My name is Maya Wiley, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm the proud president and CEO of the Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights. We will enter our 75th year next year, and we are the civil rights coalition that is responsible for fighting for and helping pass every single civil rights law you just heard the ranking member mention in her opening statement. I say that because we have a 74-year history, both of standing and fighting for the Civil Rights Act of 1964 when it faced a 60-day filibuster in the Senate, 60 days, the longest filibuster in the history of the United States Senate. And ever since then, we have had to link arms across the most diverse coalition in the country that looks like a majority of the country, that has most major religious faiths, that has labor, that has educators, that has everyone. And we have linked arms to ensure and continue to protect the gains we have made. And one of the things I just want to acknowledge is that we all here agree that discrimination is wrong. And that is exactly why we know diversity, equity, and inclusion, a creation of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, who we commemorate in its 60th year this year, helped create. I want to underscore that DE&I, diversity, equity, inclusion, has been made divisive despite the fact that a majority in this country and businesses have embraced it because it's good for the bottom line as well as advancing equal opportunities for everyone. And I just want to remind all of us that it is Jamie Dimon, the CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase, who referred to himself as a self-described, red-blooded, unwoke capitalist who is standing by diversity, equity, and inclusion because it's good for business. And the reality of what we're seeing is not a violation of Title VII. In fact, what the EEOC has done is continue to enforce Title VII, and it continues to be and remain the law of this land. And what we have to remember, too, is not only is it good for the workforce, is it good for business, is it good for the gross domestic product, is it good for a joint and shared prosperous future? It is that we have compelling need to continue to identify barriers to equal opportunity for all people. And it is Jamie Dimon himself who pointed to in a recent interview the example of how by having the way to identify, and he mentioned 2 black employees he did not feel good about losing and why they were not promoted. And it was the ability to identify the barriers that made him say, we can't keep losing good people. And everything he has done is in compliance with the law. And we have a lot of reason to be deeply concerned about fear-mongering over what is working, because it is. And let me give you a few examples of just how this is good for everyone, because it is. Because when women challenged height requirements for police departments, there were 10% of applicants who were white men who didn't meet them. And thanks to those challenges, more white men who were short got jobs they had been precluded from. And as we continue to see all of the evidence around how we still see discrimination against people of color, against women of all races, and yes, against transgender Americans, we say we all deserve dignity. We all deserve diversity. We all benefit from it. And if we're not about inclusion in this country, what are we about? Thank you.